Hey, this is Big Girl Diary. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. Okay, just when you think, or just when I think I have seen it all, uh-uh, mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. This is going to trip you out. It's going to trip you out because you're going to see, dare I say, the diabolicalness. And yes, I know it's not a word, but it is today, of some women. Oh, okay, okay. Fat acceptance is the brainchild of feminists. And it is of my belief, it's more than a belief, you could take a look at it. It is my belief that fat acceptance is promoted to cut out the competition in dating. Yes, I said it. Feminist, I'm on to you. You hear women saying, "Oh, she's big boned." No, 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 not big bone. There is no such thing of big bones. No, mm-mm. It's because you're big. Now, within this smorgasbord of a ball of mess, right, is pushing smaller organizations um from NAAFA. You're like, hey, big girl die. What you talking about? What does that mean? I'll help you out here. It's the National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance. I'll say it again because I don't think you heard me. Did you hear me? The National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance. Look, they're tricking us. They are tricking us. And the wild part is men do not get the same treatment. Oh, no, 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 no. Uh-uh. Now, if this is true, if this is true, if feminism is saying you need to accept all fat people, matter of fact, where's it at? Here's their mission statement. I had to write this down. I'm like, and this organization started in 1967. The height of the feminist movement, the height of the civil rights movement. And it seems like ever since the civil rights movement, you had other organizations trying to attach themselves to the civil rights movement to promote their ideology and what their needs are, not promoting civil rights. No, 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 no. Forget about civil rights. Fat acceptance. We got to have that fat acceptance. Yes. Here's their mission statement. Check this out. The National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance. We envision a culture where all fat people are free, celebrated, liberated from every form of oppression. What? Was somebody on shrooms when they came up with that? Was it on shrooms or some type of psychedelic? Because the 60s was psychedelic. What kind of mess is that? Really? What kind of mess is that? They are saying you can't make this stuff up. We envision a culture where all fat people are free, When have fat people been in bondage? When? When? When has fat people been in bondage? I would like to know because I want to fight against that. Celebrated. When has fat people not been celebrated? When? They win awards. Um, whatever their genre is, whatever their singing genre, because you had fat people singing. Um, you Politicians are big, they're celebrated. Okay, okay, hold on. And liberated from every form of oppression. Look, every form of oppression. That is so vague. You're not saying anything. It's a word salad, blah, 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 blah. I want you to keep on eating that stuff, eating food, keep on doing that so I could etch you out of the dating market. Okay, wait a minute. Carrie says, I watched a video about the original fat acceptance. It was started by men who preferred obese women and wanted to be accepted and like for now you now okay. There are men that like big women. I know, but I'm not talking about them right there. No. Mm-mm. The fat acceptance, the National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance started in 1967. Gotcha. You know something? You got joke. You got jokes. Oh, that was a good one. You got jokes. But but they they started all of this, and this is simply my belief because we always have that one, couple of friends, and men have come up to me and said, you know, you're beautiful for a big woman. I'm like, why did it have to be big? What about I'm beautiful? Just stop right there. If you were to lose that weight, oh man. I'm like, well, I wasn't always big. And they're like, oh. I said, mine came from childbirth. Hmm. Childbirth. And then, I would have my, my friends. Some of my friends are skinny. I got all different types of friends. And I'm like, damn, I gotta lose this weight. Oh my goodness. I don't eat a lot. And I know there's something going on until I found out exactly what it was. My liver. But I'm gonna pause it right there. They would say, girl, you're not big, you're healthy. What? Healthy? Um, Hold on. Healthy? Really? Or, oh, you're big boned it. Boned it. Not big bone. I would have younger people say, oh, well, you're big boned it. You mean big bone? Yeah, that too. I'm like, when have you ever seen a fat skeleton? I'm just asking. They're like, well, you know what I mean. I said, yeah, I do, but no, that isn't it. Mm-mm. But hold on for a second. Just don't leave me here. Don't leave. Just stick with me. Back in the 60s, back in the 60s was when the quality of food started to decrease. I wish I were on my other program because I will be able to bring in some stuff to show you. But that's when the food started to decrease. That's when the protein, the minerals, and all the other stuff started to decrease to where now in 2023, we may have, look, animals get more protein than we do, vitamins and minerals. They get like 29, 30, 40 different types of vitamins and minerals. Matter of fact, the next time you go to a grocery store, get a can of dog food or cat food. Go on over to where your vegetables are or your meat. I mean, your vegetables. Take that can of dog food or cat food and compare it to the nutrition that you get in your vegetables. And tell me, no, don't tell me, tell yourself, should I be eating animal food? Because they're getting better quality than we are. There's something to think about. It's something to think about. But let me get back to this fat acceptance things. They got so nuts to where they went on, was it 2021? What was that? What was it? When I saw this, I had to stop. I said, I need to do a video about this silliness. This is outrageous. They went, let me find it. You can't make this up. You can't. They went to, oh my goodness, where is it? They had something called, in New York City, Central Park. They wanted to protest. And they had something called a fat sit-in. I'll say it again. They had a fat sit-in to protest a body positive. I mean, to promote fat acceptance, body positivity, to get rid of body shaming, all of that stuff. We are going to go to Central Park and we are going to have a sit-in. We're going to have a fat sit-in. Now, it really would have been something different if you said, well, we're going to have a fat walk. That would have been different. That would have made people stop and say, damn, okay, let's see what we have to say. Well, maybe we could work with them. But nah, that's not what you did. You had a fat sit-in. You can't make this up. Oh my goodness. You can't make it up. So, I mean, it's getting to the point to where it is beyond ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous to where now psychologists are starting to chime in on saying, well, maybe there's a point. Maybe we should look into maybe fat acceptance. Maybe we shouldn't say anything to them about their weight. Nah, maybe we shouldn't. And here, this is from Psychology Today. Let me mark this real quick. Psychology Today, I don't see where the date is. So here it says fat individuals can face discrimination in education, higher work compensation, medical care, and legal system in other domains. For an example, they contend with misdiagnosis because doctors may only prescribe weight loss. Prescribe weight loss and incorrectly attribute health concerns to the patient's weight. Stigma during medical visits can also lead people to avoid appointments altogether, which can exacerbate health problems or lead medical emergencies. Okay. What? Really? Really? Okay. Only fat people get discrimination? Is that it? And let's look at it. Discriminate. Okay, I'm not gonna do that word. I'm not gonna do that. In education and hiring. Okay, well, in education. Okay. What are you going to school for? Please don't don't wait. I'm sorry. Don't say. Wait a minute. Let me do hiring first. Okay. Look, there was this guy that would come into Starbucks. This has everything to do with what I'm talking about. He was about, he was about 5'8", pushing, if not 400 pounds. And he worked at, what was it called? Washington Sports Club. They couldn't say no. They had to hire him. Now, him being 400 pounds and working in a gym, wouldn't that make people say, wait a minute, I think I'm in the wrong damn place? Wouldn't that make people look, think, wait a minute, there might be something, there's something wrong here. Because he is obese. I'm here working out. I don't want, okay, I'll go ahead and give you another example. Would you take a class from an obese yoga instructor? Would you? I'm big and I wouldn't. No. Mm-mm. No, I would not. No. And it's not discriminating. It is pure hypocrisy. You're sitting here saying, okay, here's a yoga instructor that has been doing yoga for, let's say, about 5 years. 5 years of being a yoga instructor and hasn't lost any weight. There's something wrong with that situation right there. Then I don't think the person is doing the yoga correctly. I don't think so. And if you have an obese person working in a gym and you're there lifting weights, you're doing all this, and you're looking over there saying, well, what's wrong with the situation? But they hired him because it's bad. You have to accept me. You can't discriminate. I mean, it's wild. It's wild. Let me continue on. Let me show you what I'm working with. Let me put this in the let me see if I can put it in here. You can't make this stuff up. You truly can't. Okay, here, size discrimination affects many people. 30% of American adults are overweight and 42% are obese. That's 82%. Okay, let me leave right there. According to the 2018 data from the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Disease, around the world, more than 1.9 billion adults are overweight and over 650 million are obese as of 2016, according to the World Health Organization. As I can't say that they're going to flag me. Now, body positivity, along with the National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance. Body positivity is a movement to accept bodies of all sizes. Now, I'm only talking about one particular size. I'm not talking about people who are extremely skinny. I'm not talking about people that have body deformities. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the other section of big folks. That section, okay? That's causing the most, accept bodies of all sizes and types rather than those that conform to societal ideas of beauty. It emphasizes self-acceptance, inner worth, and appreciation for the body's ability. Now, that right there's an individual thing. So you're taking an individual thing, and then you're saying this has to be placed on all people. Now, if you have to do that inner work, and that right there is self-esteem, you got to work on your own esteem. Self-acceptance, you have to accept yourself. If you don't feel right in your body, then you got to do stuff to make you feel comfortable in your body and not put that on everyone else so that they can feed into what delusions. Because I'm telling you, these big girls, and I'm not even talking about the guys, okay? The hypocrisy that's in the National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance, you're leaving out the men. You're leaving out the men. You can't, feminist, you need to sit your butts down, knit, go do something because you are destroying the culture. And not only the United States, but you got those women acting crazy in India and in Africa. Sit down, knit, and stay out of other people's business. Just a thought. Man, okay. People are biased against fat individuals. I can't believe this is psychology today. I can't. I am, I want to say flattened, but everyone has everyone has biases. Everyone has preferences. Now here, and I'm only talking about big women because big men get no love at all unless if they have a lot of money in their pocket. Fat Joe has a bunch of women, but if he didn't have any money, he'll just simply be that, oh, fat ass Joe over there. If he didn't have money, he would get no play or maybe very little play because that's how women are. Well, men also, but everyone has their own preference. So if they don't prefer you, but you prefer them, and you push what you prefer on other people, because if you don't accept me, then you're fat phobic. If you don't accept me, then oh, they even threw racism and colonialism in there. And then if you don't accept me, then you're prejudiced. Then you're this, and then you're that. Then they start gaslighting you. But these are only women. You don't see men doing that unless if they're unless if there are men that are there that are trying to get with some of the other women over there, and the red pill will call them beta men, whatever. Then they'll be there. Hey, don't be fat phobic. Don't do that. Not this, not that. Okay. It's a mess. It is a complete mess. But let me go back to the article real quick. I'm gonna get to the other one because this is you can't make this up. I swear. This right here is to this is a way to keep the dating market or the dating pool to where more women can have more access to men. Okay? Because there are more women than men. So if you keep this side, fat side, you keep them obese and happy, go ahead and give them some chocolate cake and some cookies and give them some milk, they'll be preoccupied with eating while the other women, the feminists, or the other women can have access to all the men. Am I wrong? Am I? Aren't they the ones who said, oh, you're not fat. You're big boned. Oh, you're not fat. You're healthy. And then there are those guys who try to be nice. Oh, you're healthy. Would you date me? No. You can't make this stuff up. You truly can't. You truly can't. But that right there is psychology today. I mean, this is wild. But let me find, okay, fat acceptance. Let me try to find that Oh, here it is. Okay, fat acceptance. Now, listen to this. Okay. Fat acceptance is the recognition that bodies of all shapes and sizes, particularly larger ones, are inherently worthy. Okay. Now, in order for somebody to find or okay, in order for there to be a group acceptance on what is valuable determines what society says is acceptable. I mean, this right here is not hard. This is not hard at all. Not hard. So if society does not say that bigger bodies are or obese bodies are acceptable, worthy, or valuable, if they're not saying it's not that, lose some weight, then you're gonna turn around and say, I'm gonna put all that on you. But just hold on, let me get this. It gets better. Advocates of this movement work to improve the quality of life for fat people and fight discrimination against them in industries such as healthcare, fashion, employment. Fat acceptance activists have also been described as fat rights, fat liberation advocates. Okay, I have said once, one of my friends said, this is going to come back to bite you. And it's coming back to bite me right now. I said, look, strange things make the world go around. Strange things put into the economy. Strange things make money move around the world. Years ago, I can't remember what the conversation was about, but I know she's probably saying, didn't I tell you? Okay. The history of fat acceptance. Okay, I'm not going to get into the history of the fat acceptance, but defining fat acceptance. Now, I gave you the one definition, the not the definition, but the mission statement of the National Association of the of Advanced Fat Acceptance. Now, defining fat acceptance. An outgrowth of a political movement in the 1960s, fat acceptance is a form of activism that exposes and challenges the barrier that fat people face in society. The only barrier that fat people accept, the only barrier that fat people face in society is being fat. That's it. It's not big at all. Now, if your butt does not fit into a cafeteria chair, a woman in Canada, I'm not going to say her name. She's a nice lady, but some of the things out there are just a little out there, delusional. Her thing is she wants to make sure that the government places a lot of fatter chairs for fatter people. Okay. Now, if you have a business, right? A business, and 90% of your patrons are normal sized and only 10% are obese, are you going to take the money and rearrange things and add big seats for the 10%? No, no. You say, well, there's a place over there. You could sit over there. Or you could sit over there. No, but I want to sit right here. I don't need to work on anything. No, I don't. Because you got to accept me because I'm fat. But do I got to pay for it? Shit. Do I have to pay for it? Do I got to rearrange my business because you're fat? I know that sounds a little bit harsh, especially coming from somebody that's big. Yeah, I'm not into that. It's full of delusion, and people are dying. People are dying. When they realize there have been several fat acceptance content creators that perished young. One was younger than my daughter and son. I have a 31-year-old daughter and a 30-year-old son, and two of them were younger than them, and they died at a young age to this doggone movement that I call the death style. Not the lifestyle, the death style. For a group of people that do not want competition. And that's my firm belief. Because if a lot of these women were to lose the weight, then, and keep in mind, men are visual, they would realize, oh, you're good looking. Oh my good, I'll date you. They can't have that, those feminists. And it man, it gets into so many different avenues. So many different avenues. But let me finish this up. Okay. Just as people of color, LGBTQ communities, low income people, and individuals with disabilities face institutional discrimination, so do fat people. In fact, it is not uncommon for fat people who belong to these marginalized groups to experience overlapping forms of discrimination. The National Association of Advanced Fat Acceptance works to protect the rights of fat people, also called people of size. Shauna, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. It is worse. Oh my goodness. Also, fat acceptance is also synonymously with other terms such as body positivity. It is also the same. The political roots of the movement distinguish from the body positivity movement, which does not explicitly fight against anti-fat bias in society. Okay, look. One thing you cannot legislate, and trying to get legislation for this, you cannot legislate how people feel about something. You cannot legislate a feeling. You can't. And the fact that these folios are trying to legislate a feeling, people are going to feel the way they want to feel. People have preferences and are allowed to prefer what they like, not you. Okay. Every person's dream is someone else's nightmare. Imagine, imagine a big woman who has a crush on Tom Cruise. And her fat acceptance, delusional mindset say, hey, Tom Cruise, you got to be with me. And if you don't, guess what? You're fat phobic. And Tom Cruise is like, oh no, this is my nightmare. and 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 I put it like that to shake some of the delusion. Imagine a big woman is preferred by a big man. We haven't even talked about the big men yet. A big man is looking at you like, oh, oh yeah, I want to date you. We can go to all you can eat place, right? And he says, you have to accept me for the way I am. Because if not, you're fat phobic. She's going to call the police on him. She's going to call the police on him. He's trying to push up on me. I don't prefer that. Fat men need love too. You're being biased. You're discriminating. Heck, you're a damn racist. It's wild. It's really wild. It is. But I'm trying to find that march. I'm trying to find out where did I see? Oh my goodness. And then it has body neutrality. Okay. This is crazy. Body neutrality focuses on the function of the body rather than its appearance. These individuals might express gratitude that their bodies have allowed them to move from one place to another, bear children, survive serious illnesses. Like body positivity, this movement does not share fat acceptance political roots. Body neutrality, well, I'm just going to accept my body for what it does. Okay, everybody needs a job doing something. Got to move the economy somehow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I'm trying to find that. Oh man. Okay. After Bonnie Cook successfully won the weight discrimination lawsuit in the United States Court of Appeals, 5'2" 350-pound Cook said that she was denied a job at the state-run Rhode Island Center for People with Disabilities because of her weight. Okay. She wanted to get a job with people with disabilities, and she couldn't get it because of her weight. Now what did the job entail? It didn't say that. What was the job description? What were the duties that she would have to fulfill? Keep in mind, she's 5'2", 350 pounds. Oh my, this stuff is crazy. Now the barriers of fat people face. Okay. You want to go into the subway and you have to go through that little clink clink thing to get through, and your body is bigger than the area. Is that the barrier what you're talking about? Or is the barrier you're talking about that you want to sit down at a or better yet, you want to go on a ride at an amusement park and you want to get on, okay, the Batman, but you can't get on because your weight is too much? Is that barrier you're talking about? Because it seems like the barriers you're talking about are all physical barriers. And you want to knock those barriers down and say, I can be 5'2", 350 pounds and work with people with disabilities. How are you going to help a person that has disabilities when you're going to have a problem with the physical aspect of the job? Just a thought. Then it talks about fat phobia is a global problem in healthcare practice, with doctors withholding treatment from people with obesity. Withholding treatment like what? Withholding treatment like what? Like putting down a fork, eat more vegetables, get up and move around. It's it is a mess. Let me find that, because I really want to find that fat acceptance sit-in or fat-in. That's what they called it. Okay, fat sit-in protest happened in New York. Let's see where is that. Oh, okay. Okay, not that. No, 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 not the civil rights. Okay, that's not it. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? I think this is it. I think this is it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fat Girl Zine. Okay, a radical exploration of fat art, life, sex, political, early and political 90s. The show honor to Size Queen Awards. Oh man, this is just getting ridiculous and out of control. Okay, no, that's not it. But I saw that and I just had to share. I just thought it was so outrageous. Not only outrageous, but it's leaving the men out. Now, you're going to have to be fair. If one side gets something, the other side gets something. So if women are delusional and they believe that you should accept them as they are, then you need to allow the men to be delusional and accept them as they are without the money. You got to accept them. You got to accept them rich. You got to accept them poor. Women, you want um men to accept you, you do the same thing. And the delusion is real. Oh man. Last year, was it last year? No, 2 years ago, this woman, who did she call up? One of the guys, I can't remember. It wasn't Kevin Samuels. Oh, was it JR Wisdom? I don't quite remember which one, but to me, it was hysterical because this place was like, she called in and said, not called in, but she came up and said, um, you got to bring me the money because I'm the table. And he's like, well, you're the table. What do you bring? Me? I bring me, all of me. I want him to give me a car. I want him to give me this. Give me, give me, give me. I'm like, oh my goodness. But when she said that she was a table, men should allow to have that same delusion, okay? And be big and say, hey, women, you got to accept me because I'm the table. You got to give me whatever I want. It's going to probably be some weird stuff, but hey, men, you're weird. I'm just going to put that out there. I want some weird stuff. I want you to give me what I want. But I had to share this. This body positivity is becoming, and when I say body positivity, I'm not talking about the people. Oh, look, anorexia has never, ever, ever in the beginning of mankind dealt with big people. Anorexia means you don't eat, not eat all the meals and then some. Tess Holiday. I can't believe she did that ignorant stuff. This is the problem with body positivity, fat acceptance, all the other stuff is you had some unqualified skinny woman. Okay, I did a video about it. You had some unqualified skinny woman who told Tess Holliday that she was anorexic. Tess Holliday is bigger than I am. I'm a big girl. And Tess Holliday, look her up. Tess Holliday is a big girl model and some other stuff. And this woman was a nutritionist, and I have to question her credentials. I would say she probably went to Harvard University. I've been tapping at Harvard with that crazy stuff, saying that a president of Harvard University that graduated from Harvard 23 years earlier plagiarized her dissertation, and she defended her dissertation, and Howard and Harvard gave her doctorates, and then turned around and said that she plagiarized. You can't make that stuff up. But that woman, that's a dietitian, had the nerve to tell her that she was anorexia, and then the medical community, the health community, fed into the delusion and came up with some kind of category for it. They're trying to make everybody fat. They're getting rid of the nutrition of the food. And they're eliminating people in record numbers. And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to get all political. I'm not going to do that. But it is real. You can't make this stuff up. So please like, subscribe, put something down in the chat. Please support me. Please. Super chats. If you want to cash at me, Big Girl Diary. If you want to PayPal me, Big Girl Diary. Let me see. Cash App, $ Big Girl Diary. What is it? PayPal at Big Girl Diary, and Venmo at Big Girl Diary. Everything helps. Any and everything helps, and will be greatly appreciated. But I had to share this, and I want to thank you for stopping by.